I go with the theory of you give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day. You teach him how to fish, he'll eat for then on.
This time was coming soon.
I was raised on the farm. My father was a sharecropper, and it was 8 of us. My father was a sticker on education, so he made us go to school. He had this thing, he said, if you're not in school, you're gonna stay here and work with me. And working with Dad, it wasn't fun. And out of 8 kids, all 8 of us found the schools to go to after we finished high school. Every one of us left, and left Daddy there by himself. I went to tech school, got out of tech school, I was drafted.
I was raised in Quincy, Florida by my grandmother, and she had a farm. She had a 200-acre farm. That was a daily chore, getting up, going out, working every day out on the farm. And of course, whenever you can get away from home, you leave. And that's what I did. I went to school and learned the IBM key puncher operator.
We met in high school. We was at the prom, and I had a good friend of mine named Sullivan Screen. He knew Lynn. I didn't know Lynn at the time. I said, Sayer, who that Aaron with? And he said, oh, that's my kissing cousin. We put up a little scheme to get Aaron away from Lynn. I went over and talked to Lynn, and believe it or not, I proposed to her right there.
And I thought he was crazy.
I went my way, and she was with Aaron, and I always told her, I said, Aaron, if you ever drop her, I'm gonna pick her up before she hit the ground.
Eventually, Bernard and I, we got married, and we ended up going overseas to Asmara, Ethiopia.
I spent a little over 23 years in the military. With the clearance I had, I spent most of my military career in a cave, a room with no windows, never went to the field, never had to do no bivouac and stuff like that. Where I could, I raised vegetables. The best vegetables I grew was in Asmara, Ethiopia. From then on, I went to different places, and where I could, I planted something.
We always had a farm. We always did something. It wasn't nothing big, but it was something little. Always brought you back to your roots.
I always wanted to live in the country, and we was living in the suburbs at the time, and I didn't like that. So
too close and personal.
There was an ad in the newspaper, and my wife found it. Said, hey, this tree company is selling land, 20 acres a lot. And we bought this 20 acres. That was in 1983, and I just kept the property. And in 1990, it is time for us to build our dream home. I got plenty of tomatoes and some cucumbers. This is zucchini. I have 2 kinds of squash here, the regular squash and the patty pan squash, and some kale and turnip greens. You have to have a rotation of planting. You can't plant just this year and expect to have vegetables all the year long, because they have a certain lifespan. And as a farmer, you have to be particularly careful of selecting what you're going to plant and when you're going to plant.
You know, you would think that once you were raised on the farm, you wouldn't want no parts of that after that. But it's just niched in your blood, so you're automatically doing it, you know. So it's something for retirement. Right now, he got us as if we're going to work every day, okay?
A farmer it take more chances than any profession. You plant a seed, you put your money into it, you put your fertilizer into it, your time into it. The weather come by and mess you up. There are times when you plant, things don't turn out quite like you want to plant. That's a disappointing thing.
The Brussels sprouts.
And it's a good feeling when things go right. Out here, I'm my own boss. I can go and come when I wanna. I can do this and do that as I wanna. And I just love this place out here, and that's my joy.
To know that people are eating your vegetables and they like them, and it just gives you the enthusiasm, just, hey, let's go back home, let's work a little bit more harder to keep everyone's happy, you know. That's how we do.
I didn't realize this until after I had been growing organic food tastes much better organic. They're good. Just like that lady, she was talking about my tomatoes, and I gave her one, and she bought the whole thing.
It's just my little piece of heaven. That's what this place means to me. The farm and all is just my little piece of heaven.
When you like what you're doing, it's not work. And that's the way it is here with me. It's something to do. Something to do.